You consider yourself a good cruise passenger, right? You say please and thank you. You don't make a scene at the buffet. But what if I told you that even the most well-meaning cruisers commit cardinal sins in their cabins? Your cabin steward has seen it all, and trust me, they have a secret list of passenger habits that drive them up the wall.
First up, a classic mistake that almost every cruiser makes. You're heading out for a day of fun in port, and you pop that little do not disturb sign on your door handle. You think you're being proactive, just in case you want to sneak back for a midday siesta. Fast forward 8 hours. You return, sun-kissed and tired, to a cabin that looks exactly as you left it. The bed is unmade, the towels are damp, and yesterday's room service tray is still on the desk. Your first reaction might be irritation. Did my steward forget my room? The answer is no. In fact, they did exactly what you told them to do. That do not disturb sign is a non-negotiable command. For your privacy and their job security, they are strictly forbidden from entering, even if they saw you leave with a snorkel and a giant beach bag. It's an invisible force field. Yet, countless guests complain to the front desk about this every single cruise, creating a major headache for the crew over a simple misunderstanding. If you want your room serviced, take the sign down when you leave. It's that simple. Alright, let's have a frank discussion about the porcelain throne. A cruise ship toilet is a marvel of engineering, but it's not your toilet at home. It operates on a powerful and very sensitive vacuum system. Think of it less like a toilet and more like a high-tech disposal unit designed for exactly two things: human waste and the specific, rapidly dissolving toilet paper the ship provides. That's it. The list ends there. But you would be shocked at what passengers try to flush. The number one offender? So-called flushable wipes. They are the arch nemesis of maritime plumbing. Feminine hygiene products, cotton swabs, dental floss, diapers. Absolutely not. One steward told a story of having to deal with a clog caused by a pair of kids' underwear. A single wrong item doesn't just block your toilet, it can take down the plumbing for an entire section of cabins. Now your steward has to deal with a disgusting, complicated, and entirely preventable mess, all while reassuring you it's no problem at all. We all want to look our best on vacation, but the ship's fluffy, pristine white towels are not your personal makeup removers. Every day, stewards find towels that look like they've been used as a canvas in a modern art experiment gone wrong. We're talking streaks of foundation, smudges of waterproof mascara, handprints of bronzer, and the dreaded orange stains of self-tanner. Here's the secret: those oily, pigment-heavy stains often don't wash out. Once a towel is sacrificed to the god of cosmetics, it's usually out of commission for good. And guess who has to answer for the damaged linen? Your steward. They have to explain why a towel looks like it was in a fight with a cosmetics counter. Do them and the environment a favor. Pack a dedicated dark washcloth for your makeup and skincare routines. Or use disposable wipes. And remember what we just said about the toilet, throw them in the bin. Okay, this next one comes from a good place. It's a habit of the tiddiest, most considerate passengers. You've finished your shower, and in an effort to keep the cabin neat, you neatly fold the used, damp towel and hang it perfectly back on the rack. It looks clean, right? You're being helpful, except you're not. You've just created a frustrating mystery for your steward. They walk in, see a perfectly folded towel, and have no way of knowing if it's fresh or if it's the same one you used to dry off your entire body just an hour ago. They're forced to guess. To be safe, they should replace it, but sometimes in a rush, that folded towel gets left behind. You thought you were being tidy, but you've just set yourself up to reuse a dirty towel. Stewards have a simple code. If a towel is on the floor or in the shower, it's dirty and needs replacing. Anywhere else, and it's a gamble. So, embrace the mess just a little. Let your used towels lie where they fall. Now we venture into the territory of passengers who know they've messed up and try to hide the evidence. You would not believe the things stewards find stashed away by guests trying to avoid a cleaning or damage fee. It's like a low-stakes crime drama in every cabin. Stewards have found broken glasses swept under the bed, creating a dangerous trap for their hands or the next guest's feet. They've discovered towels with huge wine stains frantically stuffed into a drawer. One of the most common is wrapping a stained pillowcase inside a clean towel and hiding it in the back of the closet. Here's the thing, your steward is basically a detective. They clean these exact same rooms every single day. They know every nook, every cranny, every possible hiding spot. They will find your hidden mess. The cover-up attempt just makes it more awkward and frustrating for them when they inevitably uncover your secret. Let's talk about the one we teased at the beginning, spills. A cruise cabin, with its constant gentle rocking, is a terrible place for an open container of liquid. Yet it happens constantly. Red wine on the white duvet, sticky soda all over the desk, a can of beer knocked onto the carpet. Your steward becomes a one-person hazmat team, scrubbing and deodorizing so your room doesn't smell like a frat house. But the most epic fails happen on the balcony. Picture this. A guest is enjoying a pina colada while watching the sunset. They accidentally knock it over. The sticky, creamy liquid doesn't just pool on their balcony floor. It drips through the grate, down onto the balcony of the cabin below, and lands directly on a set of swim trunks that another passenger had left out to dry. This leads to a confused and angry knock on the door, and a very awkward conversation. Just be careful with your drinks, especially on the balcony. Your downstairs neighbor will thank you. Embarkation day is chaotic, but even on sea days, some guests develop a habit that drives stewards mad, hovering. They see the steward's cart in the hallway and immediately start asking, "Are you doing my room next? What time exactly will you be here? Can you come back in 45 minutes? Some will even pace impatiently in the hall or stand there with their arms crossed, staring, as the steward cleans the neighboring room. What these guests don't realize is that every steward has a highly organized system. They service between 20 and 25 cabins twice a day. They have a route, a rhythm, and a plan. Your hovering and special requests, while seemingly small, completely throw off that schedule. It's like asking a chef to cook your dessert before the appetizer has even been served. Trust them. They have a system, and your room is on the list. Just go enjoy the ship, and you'll return to a sparkling clean cabin. This one is so common it's practically a rite of passage for new cruisers. You step out onto your balcony to get that perfect sunrise photo. You're admiring the view when you hear a faint click. The heavy balcony door has slid shut and locked behind you. You are now trapped on your own balcony, often in your pajamas, with your key card and phone sitting tantalizingly on the nightstand inside. The other classic version is dashing out into the hallway to grab ice, not realizing the cabin door closes and locks automatically. Now you're stranded in the corridor, barefoot, holding an empty ice bucket. In both scenarios, who is the first person you frantically try to flag down? Your cabin steward. They now have to stop their entire workflow, radio security, and rescue you. A simple tip: always prop the balcony door open if you're alone, and never ever leave your cabin without your key card. This one seems counterintuitive. You'd think reporting a problem would be annoying, but the opposite is true. Let's say your toilet is making a weird gurgling sound, or a light is flickering, or the shower isn't draining properly. A passenger notices it on day one and says nothing. They live with it for the entire cruise. Then, on the final morning, as they're leaving, they casually mention to the steward, "By the way, the shower's been broken all week." Now the steward is in a panic. They have just a few short hours to turn that room over for the next guest. And instead of a simple cleaning, they now have to frantically call maintenance to fix a problem that could have been easily handled days ago. They aren't annoyed that something broke, things break. They're frustrated it wasn't reported sooner. If you see something, say something. immediately. You'll be doing them and the next guest a huge favor. After all the spills, clogs, and cover-ups, we arrive at the number one thing stewards hate most. It has nothing to do with towels or toilets. It's about simple, human decency. It's when guests treat them like they are invisible. You walk down the hall, your steward looks up from their cart, smiles, and says, "Good morning," and you walk right past. No smile, no nod, no eye contact, nothing. To you, it might be a fleeting moment. To them, it's an interaction that happens dozens, if not hundreds, of times a day. Being ignored or, even worse, being spoken to rudely chips away at their morale. These are the people working tirelessly, far from their own families, to make your vacation perfect. They remember your name. They create those cute towel animals for your kids. And they're the ones cleaning up messes you'd never want to touch. They don't expect a deep conversation, but a smile, a genuine thank you, and using their name makes a world of difference. It costs you nothing, but to them, it means everything. If you've watched this far, you're probably already a thoughtful and considerate cruiser. And if you've accidentally made one or two of these mistakes in the past, don't sweat it. Now you know the secrets. On your next cruise, you'll not only make your steward's day a little easier, but you'll also likely receive even better service in return. Kindness is contagious, even at sea. If this video helped you, do us a favor and hit that like button and subscribe for more Cruise Insider secrets. And now I want to hear from you. Have you ever accidentally done one of these? Or do you have a crazy cruise story to share? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and happy cruising!